Mom's Circle, and Bring the Wagons, 2. March 29, 2021 by Anna von Reitz. Text-to-voice synthesis provided by Vidnami. Since Kurt Kallenbach first sounded the alarm, many more parents, and especially mothers, have been thinking more seriously about the problem of unwittingly giving their babies away as wards of the state of state, and also about theft of DNA and false claims being made in favor of the Amnion, Afterbirth, as a deceased elder child, and purported heir of the estate, and other such schemes aimed at ownership and custodial claims in favor of the Roman Catholic Church, commercial corporations, and political organizations posing as legitimate government agencies. These organizations have already proven how far they will go to advance such venal and repugnant claims. If they could claim that the afterbirth was an elder child, they could claim anything, crazy or not, and use that as an excuse to claim an ownership interest in our sons and daughters. The recent attempts to get people to voluntarily inject patented mRNA into their own gene codes, so that the commercial corporations that own the patents can then claim that the victims are genetically modified organisms, GMOs, belonging to their corporations, is yet another demonstration of how far these pirates will go. Parents have been learning how to sign everything, without prejudice, and how to use bylines on their signatures to protect themselves and their babies. Word is spreading and more people, including grandparents, are using our baby record and land recording process to establish a public record of their ownership, interest in their own children and grandchildren. They've been cutting out the birth announcements that the state-of-state organizations place in the newspapers and attaching those to their baby record recordings, together with the date and name of the newspaper where published as further proof. They've been paying to publish their own birth announcements, too, and proudly proclaiming that. For example, little Sherilyn Joanna Lismore has been born on the land and soil of Minnesota. They've been serving notice on the various state departments of health or bureaus of vital statistics, etc., fully informing them that this baby is an American, and a Minnesotan by birth and birth. Her parents are _blank, and their address is blank. Any questions or requests for information about Sherilyn Joanna Lismore are to be forwarded to her parents and/or grandparents, who are blank, and their address is blank, or to her private godparents and guardians who are. You get the drift. Part of being self-governing is being self-responsible and responsible for our children, too. We need to make it clear that we haven't just left our kids willy-nilly, with nobody to take care of them in the event of our death or incapacity. Guardians don't have to be members of the family, but they should be good solid people with a home and jobs and moral character, suitable to step in and act as substitute parents in the event of accident or illness. The police and everyone else in the community now has reason to know who the parents, grandparents, and guardians are, and where they live. They have reason to know the political status of the baby from the very first. Today, I got an email from a mom that blew me away. She took the information from Kurt and the Paramount claim and she ran with it. Here's what she did and what other moms can do, too. When I gave birth to my baby, I gave the hospital my birth plan which stated I require the return of my placenta, afterbirth and umbilical cord. The hospital complied, executed a release of material to patient, and gave me all of the above in a biohazard plastic tub upon my bouncing baby's discharge. I still have the full balance of the above materials in some form, as I had the placenta dried, powdered, and encapsulated in case of postpartum depression which fortunately passed over my household. This past weekend, I typed the above facts out into a special affidavit, and I even dug up my original release of material to patient, and attached it to my special affidavit as Exhibit A. I abandoned none of my baby's genetic matter. I can prove it, and in fact, I am still in possession of it. Way to go, Mom. Let them stick that in their pipes and try to smoke it. I just love it when people take the law, the actual law, into their own hands and use it to their benefit and the benefit of their families. This points out the very important fact that we can take control of our health by stipulating such plans and directing the course of our experience in hospitals. One example is a living will which pre-establishes our wishes and guardianship in the event that we are left in a coma or otherwise dependent on life support or other extreme measures, but a birth plan or a cancer treatment plan, or any other such set of directives is also appropriate. Many people still don't know that vaccines have not been tested for efficacy or safety in this country for over 30 years, and this travesty in disregard of the public trust has led to inestimable damage already. It isn't so much that the science behind induced immune response is unsettled as it is that there has been no element of consumer protection in place, as we are seeing now. We have been trusting people and organizations that we shouldn't trust, and allowing external authorities to impose upon our natural and unalienable rights, such as the right to care for and keep our own children, to educate them, appoint guardians for them, and raise them in our traditions and as we see fit. In view of the importance of nailing down our parental rights and health rights in no uncertain terms, I'd like to invite interested moms and dads and grandparents to form a committee of the whole with participants from every state of the union welcome to meet and discuss health issues and develop tools to implement legal distraints against state and commercial corporation interference with our biology, our familial rights and relationships, our health decisions, and our health freedom. I hope that one or more of my readers will feel the call and have the skills and the interest to build and expedite this national working group on health and biological affairs. Please contact me at avanavan@gmail.com with the subject line, Health and Biological Affairs.